Well, do it live! Fuck it! Do it live!
Welcome to the Mouthpiece, episode 99. One more time, we'll be at 100, special one next week. We're going to talk about football. We're going to talk about the college playoffs. We're talking about poker. We're going to talk about Elon Musk fucking exposing the Dems for who they are. We're going to talk about whatever the fuck you want. The Mouthpiece is next. You're the worst.
Well, the intro played, there's just no music.
No music.
I don't know why.
Why not?
I don't know.
Fuck off.
Something went wrong.
What up, everybody? But welcome to the Mouthpiece, man. How you guys doing? Sorry I missed you last week. Fucking Danny decided to leave town for like 3 days. So, couldn't get one in there. But, yeah, a lot going on in the world. Poker, for me, is still going strong. I took the week off this week because of, well, a bunch of things why I took the week off. So, decided to take the week off. Finished up last week winning, I think I won 35. Yeah, I won 26 in one session. I got real lucky. Flopped a pair in a flush draw and got it in 3 ways on a king queen high board. King queen 7, I had ace 7 hearts, king queen of hearts. I was up against 10 jack and ace and 3 queens, and I hit a heart on both boards. So that was pretty lucky. But then I got 27,000 in pre-flop with aces against ace king, and I had to chop that one. So they equal out like they always do. The one I was supposed to get scooped, I scooped. The one I'm supposed to scoop, I chopped. So I would have rather won the aces versus ace king hand because it was for a lot more. But either way, it was a good week. Been playing pretty good. I feel like, yeah, I'm real excited. You know, WPT Championships coming up here. Starts a week from Monday. I'm probably going to play some events next week. There's 1,100 Omaha 8 or better, 3K 8-game mix. So my plans are to play next week. My buddy Frank's coming in town, so we're going to finish up the loose ends on a documentary. And then from there, it should be out within 2 months after that. We can talk about Phil's head-up match with Jason Kuhn for $1.6 million on Tuesday.
Are you crazy, Phil?
Phil is, he won't say it, but I mean, he's probably a little bit nervous. I mean, that's a big match, 1.6 million. I guarantee you it's the biggest head-up match he's ever played for. So it's, you know, I love when you all say he has no shot. First of all, if the other guy was 1,000 times better than Phil, in the format that it is, nobody's more than $1.20 favorite, ever. That's what the joke of it was when they were making Daniel $1.70, $1.80. It just doesn't matter. It's if you're even or close 3 hours in and everybody's sitting with 30 big blinds, whoever catches cards wins. So, listen, nobody should be more than $1.20, $1.25 favorite. I don't know what the line is, but I'm sure the fucking lunatics made Jason Kuhn $1.70 or something because that's what they do. I don't know what the line is. Anybody out there know what the line is? But even if you think Jason's going to win, the value because of the way the format is always on the dog at all times. So we'll see. I have my own thoughts on it. You know, I don't want to say anything. I'm always pulling for Phil. I really wish Phil would have played Jason 3 months ago because Jason will have him and he will have a team of 5 people and they will study every single match Phil's played. They will look for tendencies and they will break it down a million ways. So I told Phil he should have played 3 months ago. When you got a guy on 4 days notice, it favors Phil way more than a guy that is going to put in a lot of work to try and figure out what's going on. So yeah, I'm still alive 4 ways in my contest. I told you I've banked about 50K. Now this week's tough. I also have one ticket that I own 13% of that is still alive in Circa. The guy who owns the ticket insisted to fade the favorites this week, and he went with the Vikings over the Jets. I don't mind it. I think this was a week to probably stay with the chalk, but and I don't think the Vikings are very good. So, I mean, they gave up 400 yards to the fucking Patriots, and they needed miracle to win that game. And now, you know, the Patriots beat the Jets twice. And the Jets had a chance to win both those games. So, but I don't mind it. I really hope the Vikings win this week because that would be a really nice steal. Me deciding what to go with in the Circa in my contest is really tough. 2 people have Dallas. I'm pretty sure they're going to use them against Indianapolis. And that means that one's going Cleveland or Seattle, and I don't know what's going which way. So, you know, I'm really worried about Cleveland because, first of all, you are what your record is. You're 4-7. You're laying 7 on the road, even though we just have to win the game. I mean, Watson hasn't played a game in 2 years. 2 years. He's going back to Houston. They fucking hate him in Houston. He's going to have 10 of his accusers in the... Is there a mic problem, you guys say? Yeah, anyways, the Chiefs ain't going to no Super Bowl. There's one team going to the Super Bowl, maybe 2, and it's the team that's going to beat the Chiefs this week or Buffalo. That's it, period. It's going to be Cincinnati or Buffalo in the Super Bowl. Buffalo's 9-3, 3 losses were complete giveaways. This is without half their defense has been out all year. The top 5, their whole back end of their defense has been out all year. So Buffalo's the team to beat any way you look at it. They say there's an echo, bro. Let me see if this guy, this guy is overpaid. He doesn't even get the music going right. He can't fix the echo.
Well, everything broke after we didn't do a podcast for 2 weeks.
No, well, that's your fault we didn't do a podcast last week. You decided to jump out of town on like Wednesday or wherever the fuck you went.
On Thanksgiving.
Yeah, well, you should have told me. Can you guys hear me or no? Is it really bad? It's good now?
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, so it comes down to do I want to take Seattle in a division road game, who basically their season's on the line. They need a win versus the Rams, who have literally nobody and are probably the worst team in the NFL. Or do I want to take Cleveland against Houston, where this is Houston's Super Bowl. You know, they want to beat Deshaun Watson and knock him out of the playoffs so badly. And listen, they have the worst run defense. Chubb should be able to just run wild on them. But I think they're going to play a really good game, Houston. I really do. Originally, I was going to go with Cleveland. Then all the injuries happened with the Rams, and it looks like to me I'm probably going to go with Seattle. I haven't made a decision yet. But see, If I go with Cleveland, then I have Seattle against Carolina next week. But I'm really not sold on this Seattle team. So that's just it. I'm just not sold on them. I don't know. What do you guys think? Well, the Browns have screwed me every week. They've cost me 2 survivor picks. I'm 1-8 whenever I pick on them or pick against them. I really don't know what to do. I'm literally completely just have no idea what to do. This was the week I was always worried about. Two guys have Dallas. I was always worried about Cleveland in this game. And I was always going to have to take them until Seattle opened up because the Rams have no receiver, no defense, no running back, no anybody. And Seattle has lost 2 heartbreakers in a row, and they need the game really bad. So I could go with Washington on the road, lay 2.5 in a division game against the Giants. Washington's season's on the line. So is the Giants. Both teams, the winner of that game will get the 3rd wild card. The loser of the game will probably be out. So, my first instinct was Cleveland, but that was because I didn't have any. But now, but even when I had the instincts of Cleveland, I've been saying the whole time, oh God, I'm really worried about Cleveland. Oh God, I have no other team to take but Cleveland. Oh God, I don't like Cleveland against Houston this week. So it really wasn't my first instinct. It was just I had no other place to go. And now I could go Seattle. I mean, the Rams are just, I don't know how they could win, really. I don't. So whatever, it is what it is. I'm going one of them. I don't know which way I'm going. I really don't. You guys come up with some ideas. I can go Detroit home against Jacksonville. I think I like Detroit this week a lot. I don't know how they made Jacksonville a favorite, but I don't think that there's other spots. So anyway, that's what's going on in my Survivor with 4 people left. 2 are going to be on Dallas, and the other one's going to be on Cleveland or Seattle, and I'm going to be on Cleveland and Seattle. So it's really where we stay. Where we stand. Let's see. Poker's been good. Let's talk about the real world. Yeah, Elon Musk bought Twitter. Elon Musk exposed the cheating-ass Democrats for what they are. And exactly everything I've been saying since the beginning, that they stole the election by suppressing all the conservative, the Hunter Biden laptop and all that. And then now it ends up being worse. And this is a major, major development. Now, I was talking with James Woods yesterday. He's suing the Democrat National Committee for millions, and he's hoping to get a class action lawsuit because they literally called to have his free speech suppressed. So, listen, I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican. If you are for the suppression of information because you wanted your side to win, then you're not an American, okay? When the Democrats win, I accept it, I move on, and we move on with our lives. When they are caught red-handed cheating and stepping on people's First Amendment rights, even my friend who's a far-left Democrat, my friend Ashley, she can't even believe it, anybody that cares about the country should be against what Elon Musk just exposed. You know what I'm saying? Kanye, he's completely fucking nuts. I guess everything they said about him with his that he's got mental illness and he's insane is correct, because Elon Musk gave him a fucking second, third, and fourth chance, and I'm all for free speech. I'm for free speech. I think I'm even for hate speech. I don't believe there's such thing as hate speech. But you can't blab to 135 million of your Instagram and Twitter followers that Hitler was a good guy and the Jews deserved it, and post a picture of a swastika inside a Jewish star. Now, there's people I follow on the right, they'll say, well, free speech is free speech. Yeah, but it's different. You're not talking about somebody saying what they want to a few people. You're talking about pushing pure hate against a religion. It's just kind of like, this is what Kanye doesn't understand. Like, most of the things he says about the Jewish media and stuff, I mean, is correct. And I'm a Jew. You know, the Jewish media, they're fucking evil. I tell you all the time how evil they are. But you can't lump a whole group with what you see of the evil media. That'd be like saying if some African American kills 5 people, like the one guy did at Walmart, oh my God, the black people are awful. That would be, you can't, that just because somebody or a few people do something, you can't lump an entire group of people. And that's what Kanye doesn't understand. And I think that's his mental illness, that he doesn't seem to understand what he's pushing. He's basically saying, oh, because the Jewish media controls record labels and they act, oh, then all Jews are evil. And anybody with a brain knows that you cannot lump a group of people that, like I said, you know, it's easy to say, oh my God, look at the Latino guy. He murdered 3 people. Oh, they're all bad. I hate Latinos. I would never say that. That's stupid. You know, it's just ridiculous. And so, you know, it's I feel bad for Kanye. He's really, 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 really fucked up. I mean, did anybody hear those? I retweeted him. Did you guys see the clip when he was on Alex Jones yesterday? Even Alex Jones had to say, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't think any of those things. Yeah, Alex Jones was cringing at Kanye, you know. What, Brandon? You think that what Kanye says is correct? He should just lump all the Jewish people as evil? I mean, what are you talking about? You know, Kanye's got serious fucking issues, man. And you know, I was pro Kanye and pro freedom of speech for him the whole time when he was ranting. I didn't even think he was anti-Semitic when he was ranting the shit he was ranting. I thought a lot of the stuff he was saying was true. He just didn't know how to say it. But when he got on the Alex Jones and was making fun of Netanyahu and I love Hitler and just cringeworthy shit, like that's just showing your true colors, you know. I know also what he wants to say is Jesus loves everyone. I love everybody, no matter how bad they are. And that was the point he's trying to get across. But unfortunately, the way he came across was really bad. And trust me, Elon did not want to have to suspend his account. And a lot of people on the right are bad. They're like, well, it's free speech, but you can't spew hate. That's true hate, you know, towards, you know, whatever. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. I don't know if it's mental illness, Brandon. It's just racism. He's just I mean, you're right. He just might be just racist. He just might just hate Jewish people, you know. You're right. But either way, it's you can't spew the things he's saying to 135 million people, because he has a following that are very loyal to him. And, you know, that's how the Holocaust started in the first place. So as much, I am completely pro free speech on everything, but yeah, it is what it is. So, hey, Michael, good to hear. Congratulations. But, yeah, the Kanye interview with Alex Jones was absolutely insane. Alex Jones was cringing. I mean, when you got Alex Jones cringing and saying, those are not my views, Kanye had gone too far, you know, and it is what it is. Thoughts on the Arizona election? I mean, it was voter suppression. I mean, 30% of the machines were down for 3 hours. They went to the Supreme Court to ask for a stay for the voting to be open for an extra 3 hours, were turned down, and they lost by like 1,100 votes. I mean, it is what it is. Everything I've always said about the elections, were true. I mean, I told you guys it wasn't that there was mass voter fraud. I kept telling you guys there wasn't. What did I always say? They stole the election by suppressing information on the internet. And I said the Hunter Biden laptop story, which was just a tale. I can't wait. I haven't seen the drop today. He said, Elon Musk said batch 2 coming out today. So I haven't seen today what's come out. But either way, I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care what side you're on. To see that the government, the literally people in Congress sent letters to have people like James Woods' tweets suppressed and taken down. People who have free speech in this country taken down because it might hurt their chances of winning an election. No matter what side you're on, if you're for that, then you're un-American, and you're just, I feel bad for you, and I really don't want, you should unfollow me because honestly, I want my side to win, and when they don't, I'm upset. But we live in a two-party system, and we cannot have, I mean, even the one Democrat, I forgot her name, but she kept insisting, well, we can't do this. It's a First Amendment issue, right? And the Democrat Congress people, which I can't wait to hear those names be outed, pushed for this to be done, And Brandon, that's your fault. You haven't even seen what's on the Hunter Biden laptop. There's proof that he colluded with the Chinese government for millions of dollars, using his influence with his son to get millions of dollars. Why don't you look it up before you say there's no proof? And they have zero proof that you're just being a partisan. Whatever. I won't talk to you anymore if you're going to be a partisan. If you're gonna literally say that what the Democrats did, and this is just with Twitter. Can you imagine what they did with Facebook and Google, and Instagram?
You want me to text James Woods and see if he'll come up?
What's that? Well, he would. I could have him come on. He was on Tucker last night. He was pretty shook about it. He says he's going to sue the Democrat for millions of dollars, and he's probably going to win. Yeah, Brandon doesn't even know what 10% for the big guy is. He doesn't, because his media has been suppressed. So, that's all I'm saying is everything that I've been saying and the people on the right have been saying for 2 years is true. They colluded with social media to suppress information to swing an election. Remember, the election was only won by 42,000 votes. You swing 21,000 votes, and Trump would have been president. This is what I've been telling you all the whole time. So the fallback, this is truly the biggest story of election interference maybe in the history of the world, let alone the history of the country. And it makes you wonder, like, are they going to pay for it, or what's going to happen? So that's, anybody seen the batch that he dropped? Oh, he said 5 o'clock today, so he hasn't even dropped round 2 yet. It goes to show you, like, I don't believe that Elon Musk is anti-Democrat. A guy voted Democrat his whole life. He voted for Obama or for Biden 2 years ago. I just think that the man put up $44 billion to save democracy. Basically, all the bullshit that they yelled, democracy is on the ballot, election deniers, democracy on the ballot, election deniers. Well, everything that they were yelling was true. They got it on they got it on emails. They got proof. Now the point is will they be impeached for it? Will somebody pay the price for it? Will this take down big tech? Will they get enough power to take out these fucking oligarch, fucking evil communist, fucking leftist fucks on big tech? I hope so. So, anyways, pretty big story of the week that dropped yesterday. And it's so funny that, so when this gets dropped yesterday, Biden tweets out, anyone that denies the Holocaust is evil. So again, they're trying to pin Trump to, because he had a meeting with crazy Kanye and the other goofball. I just think it's so funny. The Democrats are in such fucking crisis mode here. It's so funny. But anyways, this is going to be interesting. I did not watch the soccer match today. I just saw we lost. Should be interesting to see what happens. Let's see what else is going on. We're going to take some phone calls. My pick of the week, let's see. I'm 9-2. I missed last week. I had the fucking Jets. So I'm somehow 9-2 on my pick of the weeks. We need Minnesota. We took them in the circa this week. I have as my top three as Minnesota, Tennessee getting 5 against Philly, and Denver getting 8. Denver's offense is pathetic, but their defense is pretty good. So anytime you can get 8 with a defense that good. We went Atlanta, and what did we go on every card? We went Atlanta, the Saints. Oh, we went Atlanta and Denver on every card. So I'm gonna stick with my pick of the week being either Minnesota -3. I don't think much of Minnesota, by the way. It's just the 10 days off. Mike White's first start on the road. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? My pick of the week is either Minnesota or Denver +8. God, Denver. I'm going to go Denver +8 as my pick of the week. Fuck it. I'm going to go Denver +8 as my pick of the week. They stink, but their defense, they gave up a season high last week, 23, right? So if they give up another season high 23, I would need 16 points. Well, 16 out of Denver's not easy. But if they give up what they normally give up, between 17 and 20, I would need 13 points to win. Yep, they'll get 13. Denver, my pick of the week, +8. See if we can get to 10-2. Talk about basketball. I did. I made a bet yesterday. I took. Somebody gave me. Remember, I told you guys last. Oh, you guys weren't on. I wasn't on last week, but some Tweety bird told me Notre Dame can't lose plus the points versus USC. They're going to win outright. So I bet on on Notre Dame. They lost. And I'm like, I watched that USC defense. I think they sucked. So I came back and took Utah yesterday for 1,000. And then I made my first basketball bet of the year. I took the Lakers +9. They won outright. The Lakers are about ready to win a lot of games. Anthony Davis is playing lights out. I mean, if he plays like this, their team's going to be tough to beat. Denver's got an all-time great defense, you know. You get 8.5 with a defense that never gives up over 17. You just got to take it. Anyways, the WPT Championship is next week. Starts in a week from Monday. I'll be playing it. I'm looking forward to it. I might be playing some of the preliminaries this week. It's an 8-game mix and a 1100 Omaha 8 or better. Chances are I'll probably play it. But we'll see. I hate tournaments, you guys. But like I said, my guy's coming in town to finish the documentary, and so we're gonna film some tournaments and do some tournaments and stuff. Well, let's take some phone calls. Let's go. We spoke for like 30 minutes, longer than normally. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm going to vlog it all.
The Mouthpiece.
If you'd like to take part in our phone call segment, you can give us a call at 702-329-0480. And if you're a snowflake or a pussy and you don't want to talk to me, you can email me at mouthpiecepodcast@gmail.com. Also, follow me at the Mouth Matiso on Twitter for times that our call-in segment will be live.
702-329-0480. Give us a call. Talk about whatever you want. Football, hockey, baseball, politics. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike.
Hey, Mikey, this is Derek from San Francisco.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Good. Thanks for doing a podcast today.
Yeah.
Just had a couple questions for you. Have you heard anything about Scott Seaver? I mean, I don't know. Are you friends with him?
Yeah, I'm friends with him.
I've heard he has a lot of money.
Yeah, he's got a lot of money.
Do you know anything like any information on him or anything interesting that people might know about him?
Well, I mean, I don't know. When I beat him in NBC Head Up in 2013 in the semifinals, it was the toughest match I ever played. I think Scott Seaver's a world-class poker player. I think he's one of the best. He's the toughest Head Up match I ever played with. He's a good dude. He lost to Phil only because he didn't follow his instincts. He had Phil picked off with 2 big bluffs. He thought it through. I mean, he almost called him with ace high. He was right. And this other one, he almost called him. So his instincts are real good. I'd put Scott Seaver in all around 100% top 5 poker players I ever played with. Maybe top 7 at worst. All around. He plays every game good.
Right, yeah, I've heard that he knows all the games real well, and he seems to have a good understanding of all of them.
Well, that's what I rate people. I don't rate people of when they want to rate the top 100 best poker players of all time. If you don't know how to play the mixed games, you're not in my top 100. Okay, we're not the top 100 no limit hold'em players of all time. When you name the top 100 poker players of all time, you know. I tell people all the time, I tell all the top no-limit players, you want to be one of the best of all time, learn how to play mixed games and learn how to win bracelets in mixed games. When you win bracelets in mixed games, you're one of the best players of all time. If you don't, you ain't shit, period. You know, anybody can win a no-limit hold'em.
Right, yeah, exactly. And then my other question, Mikey, was a couple weeks ago when you did a podcast, someone called in and you guys were talking about no-limit cash games.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you told them that the bigger the game, the worse people play.
Yes.
And then you told them if you pick up some money and you want to take a shot, and then the person cut you off so you didn't get to finish your sentence. So can you just expand on that?
I just think that, let's just say you're a 5-10 player and you pick up 3,000, and your bankroll is 50,000. I think you should take a $20,000 shot in a 50-100 game, because I think that the higher you play, the worse they play, and I will always stick with that, even in the mixed games. You know, the 80-160 mixed games usually are tough. The 2-400, 4-800 ones aren't. So. When you have people, now there's a lot better players in the bigger games, but there's also a lot of bad players in the bigger games. So, you know, that's just my opinion. It's always been my opinion.
Yeah, because you would think that if you go to play a higher for like a no limit, if you go to like say 10-25 as an example. You would think that it would be a tougher game because better players.
Those
make
games
less-
are the when you go to 10-25 and 25-50, those are the best players in the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying like, I mean, the toughest games to beat are the 10-20 and the 25-50. But you go 50, 100, 100, 200, you know, you're playing with a lot of people with a lot of money. They don't give a fuck. So,
okay, that makes sense.
you know, and people with a lot of money like to gamble big. They don't care. You know, it's just kind of like when they go and play Baccarat, right? They blow off $100,000. They don't give a fuck. You know, they want to play in a game high enough where they can win 50 or 100,000. So, you know, when you're playing in the 10, 20, 25, 50, you're playing against people grinding, trying to win 5,000, 10,000. You see, so
Right.
You know, that's just it. So, you know, the 1-3 games in Texas are 2-5 games are just absolutely fantastic. And you go to between 5-10 and 25-50, you're always playing against people playing for a living. And you go higher than that, you're going to find people to gamble. I mean, I got an invite to a 50-100 game. I usually don't get to play in the main game, but either way, the games are still pretty good. So poker isn't about how good you are. It's about how good you are at networking and getting yourself in good games. I'm not a hustler, so it's hard for me to get in good games, but I am a well-known name, and people like to play with me because I make people laugh. And so I do get invites to a lot of games. So I am blessed that I could get into and play at the Hustler anytime I want in a good game.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
And, you know, where most of the people like Berkey and his group can never get a seat at a Hustler game. You know what I mean? And it's not that they're not great people or good players. It's, you know, you got to bring some. If you're going to play like a robot, you better fucking bring something to the table. You know what I mean? Better make people laugh. You better do something. They're not just going to just bring in robots. That's what makes the Hustler game so good is they bring in so many bad players that are just, they play so bad for millions of dollars, and it's just funny, you know? So
Right. Because my local casino, every Friday night, they do a 10-25 no-limit game. I was thinking about taking a shot, but after hearing this, I don't know that I want to.
Well, it depends. I mean, it could be a really loose game. What you do is you just kind of watch it for a while, you know? Just kind of...
Well,
know,
I know
keep
that the minimum buy-in is $2,500,
Yeah.
which is 100 big blinds. So,
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm sure that the guys that play in that game, they're not going to be buying in.
No, they're
minimum.
buying in for 10,000. But you got to remember, when you could buy in for 2,500 and they're buying in for 10,000, and you happen to get the seat on somebody, if it goes raise and re-raise, now all of a sudden, you know, you make it like, you know, it goes raise for 150, re-raise 750, you know, you 4-bet it to like all in, you know, when they're sitting on ace, queen, ace, king, they kind of get priced in, and it allows you, when you short buy against people playing deep in a bigger game, it kind of gives you an edge. Because it's just they get priced in when that happens. But that's why they usually don't allow, like in our game, you know, we have a minimum buy-in of $5,000 in a 10, 20, 40, and we always have to keep we have to stay above $5,000 at all times, where most people buy in for $10,000, so that's 250 big blinds, because they don't want people, you know, sniping them or picking them off when they're sitting with $5,000 deep. Because all of a sudden somebody opens to 200, next person makes it 750, you know. Now you make it like 2,500, you know. It's like there's so much dead money in there. It's the short stacking is really tough against big stacks, and that's why most places don't allow it. So in our game, we always have to have over 5,000 in front of us.
Well, that's great, Mikey. Thanks a lot.
All right, you're welcome, man. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, and good luck with your football picks.
Thank you so much. Peace.
Okay, bye-bye.
Anyways, 702-329-0480.
Hi.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to the Mouthpiece. What's going on?
My man, yeah, I want you, man, for speaking the truth. But the Lions are a lock this week. Jacksonville out of conference, on the road. Now,
I like the Lions too. You know,
I know that's what kind of scares me. I was kind of hoping nobody else in the world liked the Lions.
I mean,
because I took Utah based off that theory that everybody and their mom. And I'll tell you what,
Utah was such an easy bet last night because the fucking line makers told you who the winner is. The fucking USC wins and they're in, and they made them 2.5. They're begging you. They were begging you to bet USC. Yeah.
A team under a 3-point favorite, their winning percentage has to be like 20%, right? If somebody's 2.5 to 1 point favorite, they never win. TCU, another example. My buddy was like, "I like TCU today." I was like, "Dude, that smells like USC."
Yeah, I it's just tough to beat a team twice. Not TCU. I loved Kansas State today. I mean, but I'll tell you what, Kansas State, TCU played good enough. They're in to lose by 1 inch in overtime of going undefeated.
Yeah, well, they're not offering odds in Alabama on MGM Sports, so I was wondering, is it already settled? Because I was going to bet Alabama to win it all.
Alabama ain't getting it. I just laid $1.25 with Phil that TCU is going to be in, not Alabama. There's no way they're putting Alabama in. No way. No way. Look at the teams they lost to. They lost to LSU, they just got beat by 100. LSU today, right? They got beat by Tennessee, okay, who lost by 100 to South Carolina. You got TCU played the toughest schedule in the country. They played 8 ranked teams, and they were 1 inch. They're 1 inch away from going undefeated. They're in. And anybody who wants to bet me that that Alabama's.
I kind of want to bet you, Mike.
Alabama isn't going to be. Go look at Alabama's out of conference schedule was like ranked 120th in the country. You know that
is the strongest argument, but
Alabama's defense is pathetic this year. You know,
and that's the least important statement you've ever said your entire life, because defense does not matter in sports today.
It doesn't?
At any level.
Really? It doesn't matter? How about that USC defense yesterday? Does it matter? Fucking you could have tackled better than them.
I know. Yeah, they missed a ton of tackles.
That was the worst. Their defense is so bad. It's a joke.
I'm a limo driver, and I was listening on the radio.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow. It was embarrassment. I mean, they quit at the end. It was embarrassment. Did we lose
Before you hang up on me, can I give you a lock for tonight?
Sure.
Aiden O'Connell over 250 parlayed with Charlie Jones over 85 plus 190.
Say that again. Is that UFC?
The Purdue. No, that makes me feel good. See, you're a degenerate like me, and you don't even know how locked this is.
I like Purdue plus the 16, if that's what you're asking.
And the Purdue quarterback, if he rocks it tonight, he could be the number 1 pick overall.
He's very good.
This dude's got $100 million this game.
The only reason why I like Purdue tonight is Michigan's in no matter what. Okay, and not only are they in no matter what, they're a 2 seed no matter what. Okay, they're a 2 seed no matter what.
And it's been a crazy kind of day.
Doesn't matter. They're a 2 seed no matter what. They're a 2 seed no matter what,
Purdue
win or
has
lose.
To go in, right? If Purdue wins, does Purdue get in?
No, they have 3. You're not allowed to get in with 3 losses. It's against the rules.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So
that would be.
That's why I like the game start. I don't know. I don't bet very often, but if I was betting, I would take Purdue tonight plus 16 for sure.
Well, let the listeners know Aiden O'Connell is going to go off tonight, and his boy Charlie Jones, who he played like Pop Warner football with, is unstoppable. That receiver. They'll probably lose.
Yeah.
But they're going to put up some yards.
I think Michigan wins the game by 8.
If there was ever a case for a hangover game, though, this would literally.
Well, normally there wouldn't be, because they would need to win to get in, but because of the way everything fell and the fact that they're in as a 2 seed no matter what, And not only are they
Totally.
in
You
as a
couldn't wait, they'll never
not
finish.
only are they in as a 2 seed no matter what, but they have a rematch with Ohio State no matter what. Because Ohio State
Yeah.
will be the
Yeah,
3
you
seed.
said it perfect.
Now
That was amazing.
they might make Ohio State the 4 and make them play TCU.
Yeah, I disagree. Everyone's saying that, but no, it would be a bonanza to have Ohio State, Michigan. Like, you're never going to get that ever again. And
Yeah.
this is your only chance.
I just
There's no
don't
way
I
that-
don't believe the committee wants Ohio State, Michigan in back-to-back weeks. I think they and listen, it's very listen, TCU undefeated conference, lost by an inch in the championship game. It's real easy. They had the toughest strength of schedule of any team.
They won by an inch every week, though. So like,
True,
they were bound to lose by an inch.
we knew. True, but they won, and they played that tough schedule. And
lost.
Ohio State played nobody. They played nobody, and when they played one team, they got the shit kicked out of them. So
Yeah, I don't
it
know what
wouldn't
they did
shock
against
me
Tennessee.
if TCU's 3 and Ohio State's 4. Okay, but
I
either
got money saying TCU don't get in.
E-
And I hear you.
what you think
There's no
TCU's
way.
not getting in? I
No
guarantee
way
you.
is TCU getting in.
No way.
But, like I said, MGM Sports only offers those 4 for futures. So
Alabama
They're
has
always gonna do.
0 chance of passing TCU to get in the playoffs. Not the way they lost.
they're not available on the future bets. So whatever that says something. I just can't.
Alabama
obviously-
is not getting in. No fucking way. They don't want Alabama. They want new teams. Plus,
Yeah, it's
Alabama
kinda
don't
like, remember
deserve.
John-
I mean, normally I'd say,
remember-
Alabama's 2 losses were by overtime on the road and the last second by Tennessee. Yeah, that's great. You're right. And I was for Alabama getting in if TCU lost today. But the way TCU lost, as good at the game they played, they lost by an inch in overtime, and I just don't believe you're going to put a 2-loss Alabama team ahead of them. I might be wrong. I might be wrong.
I mean, you'll be disqualifying like conference championship games forever if you do that.
Well, yeah, listen, even
maybe not,
everybody in
maybe
my
not.
chat all agrees TCU's in. I think TCU's in. So we'll see.
I think they are. I think it's malarkey, and then I'm a West Virginia.
Don't ever
alum.
say the word malarkey, man. Then you sound like Joe Biden. Come on, man.
Are you kidding me? I ain't joking, man.
I know.
I'm serious.
I
You
know.
think I'm joking?
I know.
Nah, that's my Biden count. Dude, you're the man, but I'm drinking here with my girl. We're having a great time watching
we all knew
football.
you were drinking. Everybody in the chat fucking even said you were. Love you, brother.
I didn't even think you told me. I sent
Hey.
that text like 10 minutes ago.
Have a good weekend. Be safe.
You're the best, Mike. Love
Thanks.
your book is the best. Everyone should
Thanks.
buy it.
Love you too. Later.
Bye.
Bye.
No, we couldn't tell it.
Yeah. All righty. Yeah, no, I think TCU's in no matter what, the way they lost. So I think it'd be a shame if they took it from them.
Hello.
Welcome to the Mouthpiece. Mike, what's up?
Mike, are you serious? You called me back.
That's what we do on the show when we have missed calls and we have other people on the line. What's going on, my man?
No, I was actually calling to talk about the whole Kanye thing. And,
Oh, God, he's insane.
Well, you know what? That was kind of my point. Is like he's always been insane. And,
Yeah.
and this is kind of like this is no different. You know, this is a pattern.
It's so funny. Like somebody put a tweet up yesterday that said, Tila Tequila, whatever her name was from like 10 years ago, like talked about how she loved Hitler, and he goes, not even Kanye would say something that crazy, right? This is a tweet from like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and the guy's like, oh, this tweet didn't age well, you know?
No.
And
I think that like what he was doing, like I said, you know, it's just Kanye being Kanye. Unfortunately, he happened to cross certain boundaries that you can't in our society. You know, he offended a group, which is, I mean, I don't want to. I know.
Right. I don't mind. I don't mind being.
It's a protected group.
Right. I don't mind being offended. I'm a religious Jew. You know, I'm a good Jew. I don't mind being offended. Okay. And I believe in freedom of free speech. But when you go on a show that has hundreds of millions of views, or you go on your social media with hundreds of millions of followers, and you spout out that it's all the.
Well, he understands that.
Yeah,
he understands that. It's terrible. It's terrible, but I think that's his point. Like he's always trying to bring light on a different situation. It's kind of like it's the source of a lot of anti-Semitism in the country. It's a lot of people that want to say one thing, but they lack the words to say it.
Correct.
So they say something
and believe it or not,
you know what I mean? And I think what he's saying.
I know exactly what he's saying, and I agree. I agree with him on most things.
What he's saying. But what I think he's talking about like the nepotism in media and all this other kind of stuff. But he just couldn't get that across.
Correct.
So he had to go full Kanye.
Correct.
And unfortunately, you just can't go full Kanye when you're talking about the Holocaust, Hitler, and all that other kind of stuff because we know that's terrible.
And the truth of the matter is I agree with him. I believe that the as a Jewish person that the just because the media and the people who run the record labels and the people in Hollywood are Jews, right? That doesn't mean that just because
that all Jewish people are bad.
Correct. That's just exactly. That's like me saying.
That's where he went wrong.
Right. He keeps grouping them together.
The Jews.
Right.
It's like hello.
Exactly.
You say, well, there are Jewish people.
That would be like me saying,
you have the Italian mafia.
Right. That would be like me saying, the African Americans did this or the Latinos did this. That's just, I would never do that. You can't put a group together. I mean, that's just insane,
But you know what? But I think that he knows that. Like all of us are like looking at.
I don't think he does.
Kanye, he's no, I think he does. Look at the pattern of behavior that he's.
Maybe he's just hates.
You don't think that he knew it was wrong to do all the kind of shit that he did in the past, like getting up on stage and stealing people's limelight when they're going up there to
but there's a big difference in that than going up and saying that I like Hitler, I look up to him.
It's the same. It's the same thing. It's like you know what I'm saying. It's inappropriate. It's wrong. It's like we're talking about degrees of wrong here. But it's just he's like a master. I don't want to say he's bringing attention to something.
Well, I know what he's bringing attention
to, and he's doing it in
the wrong way. Correct. What he's trying to bring the attention to, I agree with. He's trying to say that the people in the media. Okay, even though they happen to be Jewish, okay, which has nothing to do with it, okay, are controlling certain things in the world, right?
Well, it does have something to do with it. It's like a good old boy system. It's like you had like back in the day we had Southern whites,
right,
and they controlled whatever it was that they controlled, and they did favors for Southern whites,
right.
And it's the same thing, but in the media, you have a bunch of people and they happen to be Jewish.
Right.
And then, it's kind of like a fraternity, and then they do favors and they feel comfortable with, and they start hiring Jewish people. But that's not it's a human thing.
Right.
Okay.
But the point
at the same time, what makes it so weird is because the left is they're supposed to be against this whole the white man taking over and all this sort of stuff. Well,
they're racist too. The left hate white people.
Not good.
Yeah.
They don't like white people.
No, they're racist. It's not that they don't like white people. It's African Americans are their biggest voting bloc. That 13%, and they all show up, so they pander to them. But by the way, I've had the hiccups now for 24 hours, and it doesn't go away. And now it just came back.
No.
No, it just came back, which
reminded
really
me of that girl who had him for she had him for years, and then she wound up killing somebody. You remember that woman?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
but
okay.
if they don't go away by tomorrow, I'm gonna fucking I'll be killing myself. So
Don't.
I mean, this is like I was on the thing and they'd gone away. I thought maybe I licked them, and now they're back. My God, they're so brutal.
Fuck. I hope I didn't do that to you, Mike.
Yeah, you set me off by talking about fucking crazy Kanye. No, but I understand
I'm
what.
sorry. I was just like, I didn't want to bring
No.
that up in like a negative way.
No,
I was just
but
saying
you're
that
right.
Kanye being Kanye.
I
he's
agree.
Like, he's
but
trying to say something and he's doing it in a terrible.
I'll tell you what he was
way
trying to do. What he was
no
trying.
one can
He was
digest.
trying to preach Jesus loves everybody. I have no hate in my heart. I love everybody, including him. That's what he was trying to say.
That.
Yeah, he says that's what Jesus taught me, to love everybody. So that's why I.
So why is he trying to like single out like people and say that like Hitler's a great person? I mean,
I don't know,
that
because
doesn't
if you
kinda
listen
go
closely,
with
if you listen closely, he's basically saying I condone the things that Hitler did, but I love everybody, But he said it wrong, and I don't know. I'm done sticking up for Kanye after listening to that interview because that was really racist. I mean, that was really bad. I mean, when Alex Jones is cringing and saying, "No, I don't believe what you're saying." Those are not my views.
That's what he's doing. He's taking it to the next fucking level. What's the last fucking thing that he can do as he's a black man. He can't offend like black people any more than he already has by being with Trump. So
Right.
now he's got to go to the next level and start offending Jews.
Yeah.
So he can like bring light onto whatever his next agenda is. So it's or maybe this is a ploy to sell more records. Who knows?
I don't know. He's been blacklisted. He's been blacklisted.
He's fucking crazy.
He's been blacklisted from everything. So I don't know what he's gonna do. But when you see Alex Jones saying I don't believe those views, and you offend Alex Jones, you know that you've kind of crossed the line. But
Of course he did.
I don't know. But see, now they're going to try and lump. Look, Trump had this racist, Holocaust denying anti-Jew over at Mar-a-Lago, right? But that's not going to really.
Yeah.
That's not going to pass because all the African American people loved Kanye before he did all this. Like really,
maybe here's another take. Maybe he loves Trump so much that he just did this to just like get everything away from Trump. Now it's away from Trump. People aren't talking about Trump.
Yeah.
They're talking about Kanye.
Look at my African American over here.
They're talking about him, and they're talking about.
Are you the greatest?
They're talking. I can't believe these hiccups are so bad. And they're talking.
Hey, I got a question. I got a poker question for you.
Sure.
Real quick. So like I'm not a great poker player. I've been playing for years. Like ever since the moneymaker thing, I got online. I played on Party Poker, and then I progressed and got fucked out of my money on, I forget, was it Full Tilt? I can't remember, one of them that just shut down, and then all my money was gone. But then I play in like double up and triple up tournaments. I'm a small time player. $10, $20, $50. You basically double your money, triple your money.
Yep.
And I'm not the great cash game player.
This has to be the funniest fucking. This has to be the funniest fucking podcast with me fucking hiccuping nonstop. I mean, I thought I had it licked.
Go
man.
viral.
Probably will go viral.
But anyway, yeah. Especially we're talking about Kanye. You're hiccuping.
I'm hiccuping
you,
talking about
Kanye.
Kanye.
Talk about like poker to calm you down.
The fake news media, me condemning everything that Kanye said. They'll probably
take the snippets and
Mike,
and say that I'm a racist and
they're gonna snip it up and they're gonna be like, I agree with everything Kanye says. They're gonna snip that part out
Probably.
and they're gonna put you on CNN
no shit. This is what they do, man.
with the hiccup.
I tell you what,
No.
the fake news media. This what Elon Musk did for this country. The $44 billion he spent to be a whistleblower and out how the Democrats conspired to steal the 2020 election is so big. It's unbelievable. But
it's beautiful, but we're gonna get the other side of that too. You know what I mean? Because obviously,
I can't wait to see.
The majority of it was on the Democrat side. Yes, they had
when's the House gonna ask for the emails from the Democrats to the Facebook? Because if you think it was bad on Twitter, how much worse do you think it is on Facebook and Instagram? Way worse. Those are way bigger.
It's probably terrible. But hold on, can I go back to what I was saying about poker, about the double ups and the triple ups, and
go
I'm
ahead.
terrible at the money game. So is that like a dead end? Because I've like built up a pretty good bankroll, but like I've kind of gotten at the point where it's, I haven't been playing real good, and it's just kind of like staying fairly steady to maybe me losing a little bit from time to time.
Yeah.
Are those double ups and triple ups and stuff like kind of not a waste of time? I'm not a math major here, and I don't know.
I've been hiccuping so much, I kind of lost your question. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so I play double ups and triple ups online basically, and I do like some big, larger tournaments, but they're like very small time. You put in $25-$50, maybe you'll win. If you win first, $10,000. I've never won. Anyway, I'm saying, what kind of advice would you give someone like me that's doing the double ups and triple ups and is not so good at the money game? How do you build a bankroll?
I don't know. Here's how you build a bankroll. Okay, since I fucking found a way to blow up 9 bankrolls in my life, you build a bankroll by telling yourself, by giving yourself a 3-year plan on what you want to do. Play a certain level, take a few chances.
I do that.
I started off playing some big games. I was playing 10% of myself, 20% of myself, 25% of myself, 30%, 40, 50 before I had 100% of myself. I set a 3-year plan.
What are you talking about 100% of yourself? What are you talking about?
Everything I play, I have 100% of myself. I don't sell any pieces really anymore.
Okay. I understand.
But I had a 3-year plan to get everybody I owe paid and to build a bankroll to a certain amount. And I've accomplished that. And I've done it with money management, game selection, and not playing every day. You don't need to play every day.
That's the problem. I do that. I don't do that. I only play when I'm feeling good, and if I start losing, I'm out. You know what I mean? That's kind of like.
Well, that's what I do.
In games that I can afford.
I play now. In no limit game, if I get stacked 2 times, maybe 3, I quit for the day. If I'm playing a limit game, I take 3 bad beats in a row. I quit for the day, and I come back the next day because guess what? The game will be there the next day, and the game will be the same good the next day. And
I do that. I do all that, but I'm saying is like, are there any games like say like online games that are a better say like?
I don't really play online. The only thing I play online is I have my own private game I play online, and then I play in a mixed game that's also private online, and where I know all the players. I mean, I wouldn't be caught dead playing online with people I didn't know against because I don't trust it. So that's just me.
I'm kind of in that boat too. But
anyways,
it's the only thing I've got right now.
Anyways, I appreciate the call.
Thank you much.
A lot of fun, and have a great weekend.
You too, bud.
All right, later. Well, the hiccups stopped. That's good. That was pretty brutal, man, those hiccups, man. I'm sure they'll be back, too. They've been back now since about 6 o'clock at night last night. So almost 24 hours. It's so brutal. But
Anyways, so what do you guys think, man? Washington laid 2.5 on the road. Cleveland on the road against Houston, and Cleveland's it's Houston's Super Bowl. Or Seattle against the Rams team that really has no players. I think I'm going Seattle. I mean, that's where I'm leaning, but I haven't decided yet. It could easily go back to Cleveland. I haven't decided yet. Anyways, my pick of the week, I gave it out. What did I go with? Denver plus 8.5. With my second best pick being Minnesota -3. And I don't like Minnesota at all. I just think the 10 days off. Maybe the Jets come back to earth. First road game for Mike White. But I don't think much of Minnesota. I just hope Minnesota wins because my guy put him in circa contest, and he's avoiding the chalk this week, thinking the 2 chalks could lose this week, if not one of them. Which, whatever. I guess I don't really mind it. I think I'm leading towards. The Raiders charge are over. Why not? The Raiders have no defense. Chargers have no defense. I don't blame you. Let's see. I like taking points. I think Denver's terrible, but they have a world-class defense. Last week they gave up 23. That was the most they gave up all season. They've been giving up less than they've become the first team in history to give up 17 or less, and they lost 6 times. No team had ever lost more than 3 times, giving up more than 17 or less. Baltimore's struggling right now. I think if Denver gets 10, it's going to be tough for, if they get 13, they definitely cover. So we'll see. Or they could have just quit on Russell Wilson and give up. But they haven't really seemed like they quit, so we'll see. I just don't trust Minnesota. I think they're a very bad 9-2 team. Very bad 9-2 team. So, I think the Jets are a B- team and Minnesota's a C+ team. That's fair. That's why they're 3. Basically, they're saying on a neutral field, the Jets are favored. So, I hope you're wrong on the Jets tomorrow because I didn't want my partner, who I own 13% of in Circa with 70 people left, to take Minnesota this week. I wanted him to take the Jets last week. And he went with Miami, and so we'll see. What else we got? Anything else you guys want to talk about? We have any more calls?
We don't have any right now.
No calls? No. All right. If I get a call in the next few minutes, I'll take one more, 702-329-0480. If not, I'm going to go watch the Michigan-Purdue game. I think it's going to be a good game. I think Michigan wins. You heard it from me. I do believe if Alabama played TCU on a neutral field, they'd be at least 7 by the bookmakers. But I also believe you got to reward a team that went undefeated all the way to the championship game and lost by just an inch. So it should be interesting. I'm going to lose $2,000 if they put Alabama in, but I don't think they will. So we'll see. All right. So next week will be our 100th podcast. I'm going to get some special guests for next week. I'm not sure who I'm going to get. And we're going to celebrate our 100th podcast next week. So anyways, guys, I will see you all next week. Thanks for listening to another episode of the podcast. I stand for free speech, and I love everybody. And let's go. We need Minnesota and Seattle this week in the 2 survivors. I think I'm going Seattle, staying away from Cleveland. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. See you guys next week. Peace.
The Mouthpiece.